Silverchair, Abuse Me, Guitar Lesson, and Guitar Tabs. I'll play through all the different sections right at the start here. After that, I'll go back through and explain everything. Before we jump into the lesson, please hit that subscription button. It gives me a real clear signal that you enjoy this video and you want me to do some more like it. And with no further wait now, let's get into the video. Alright, right at the start here, we're in a drop D tuning, D-A-D, G-B-E. And we have this initial intro, and it also happens at the outro too. There's this fun like arpeggiation and kind of interesting chords. It's like an A add 9 and an F6, but the shapes are the same. We just kind of move the position. And you'll want to put a little bit of like phaser effect on this. It sounds cool. And so we'll be in this shape here. Basically start with the 7s on the low D and the A. We keep the middle D open and a 6 on the G. Alright, and this shape will stay the same. Pretty much for most of the chords in the whole song are this shape. So, and we initially pick through it just D, A, D, back to the A. Jump up, hit that 6G, open middle D, 7A, 7D. Okay, just kind of picking, going through a little bit, back up through, and then we kind of go through it once more. We hesitate at the end of that last low D7, and then we'll pick the 7A, open D, 7A. We go 6G, open middle D, 7A. Land on that 7 low D. Alright, so just really picking through this whole thing. And at that point, we'll slide it down to our new spot, which will be at the 3s. It's that same shape, but now we're just doing like a F6. But we keep the same open middle D and all that. And we'll pick through this one by doing the 3 on the low D, 3A, open middle D, back to 3 on the A. And at this point, we'll do a new little thing where we take our now 2 on the G, we hit it, open. Alright, come back to the open middle D to the 3A. Okay, so we went. And then we just basically pick through the whole thing and come back up. Continuing on, we come back to our 7th spot with the 6G. Okay, and we'll pick this. We'll kind of do what we did down to the 3 spot, but here now, where we pick the 7D, 7A, 6G. Okay, so we just go right to that, go to the open D, middle D, and now we do the 6G to open. All right, and then back down through with the middle D, A, and we hesitate slightly there, and then we'll pick just all the way down through, back up to the A. All right, back down to the 3 spot here for the F, and with this, we kind of pick this the same way we just picked the previous spot. Okay, do our 2 to open there, and then just come back down with the 3A, 3D. Verse gets going, and we're still keeping our same shape that we had in the intro, but now we're just playing fuller chords, basically just adding the open B and E with it. And we're going to start at that 3, all right, for the F. And this is like now a F major 13 with a sharp 11, whatever. So it's the same shape, but just now a bunch more opens going on. Okay, sounds cool. And what we do, we just do about 4 strums. At the end of the 4th one, we just slide it up to 5, all right, for a new like G chord, G6, 5 on the D, A, open middle D, 4 on the G with everything else open. So, all right, we just kind of give it that 1 strum and just let it ring as the vocal goes in the verse. And at the end of the verse, basically we just take our G chord that we left off of at the 5th fret here, and we're just going to strum it and keep it moving back up to our 7th spot. All right, and that's where the chorus will start. We now have our A, add 9, 11, because we got all the opens in there now. And it's just a loose kind of shuffle strum. And then we just take it back down to the 3 spot for the F for a couple measures. And we just go back and forth between our 7A to the 3F. There's a second guitar overlaying the chord strumming guitar for the chorus, and it's just kind of doing a arpeggiation through a power chord of each spot. So it'll be at the 7s here on the DAD, and it just kind of picks down through it, back up, holds a moment. Alright, just picks through it again. So a little bit arbitrary, nothing like super absolute there. And then just does the same thing at the 3rd fret for the F. And for the end of the chorus, we take it down to a new spot. We go down to our same chord shape, just down to 2s now. And this essentially just gives us an E7 chord. Alright, we just kind of strum it once, and then we just 8th note strum it and build it back into the next section. And just an interesting side note, there's at the end of the 1st chorus, we get about 7 strums or so out of that build up. But at the end of the 2nd chorus, we do it twice as long, build it up even longer. All right, bridge section here, everything gets heavy, and we just basically switch to power chords, and we'll do some cool octave scale ups. So it starts at our 7th fret for the A power chord. It's just a couple strums here. And then we do a quick opens, open D power chord there, just real quick, landing on the 3s for a couple for the F. And then back off to the opens. And while this opens are ringing out there, we just do this octave slide up, starting at the, we're going to be on the A and the G string here, so we go 7 and 9, hit that, slide it up to 9 and 11 for a couple. You can feel free to hit that open low D with it, it sounds fine. Okay, take that spot up to 10 and 12 for a couple. Continue that up to 12 and 14, and it just reels off pretty quick. So, right, and we repeat the initial section again, the 7s, open 3s to open, But this time, our little octave riff is down here. We do a quick 3 and 5, same A and G string thing. The 3 and 5, up to 5 and 7 for a couple, up to 7 and 9 for a couple, and then back down to the 5 and 7. At the end of the bridge, we were coming off of our initial riff, the 7s, opens, 3s to opens. And here we just kind of go up, do a back and forth with the opens to 3s. Initially we do, opens to a couple 3s to opens. And then we palm mute about 4 opens. Repeat the 3s to open a few times there. Okay, now we kind of split it in half and just do 3s to open, 3s to open. All right, do that a few times, and then we just do a build-up of palm muted opens.